Oh. So I'm just laughing at the chat there. DJ protein shake at ready. I'm glad that that setup is over. Hello, Crypto Hampshire. Okay, well, we're good to go. How is the volume on the music? That's the only thing I can't check from my end, but we should be good to go. Hope everybody's got their protein shakes, tea, coffee, whiskey, agua. Yes, Crypto Hampshire, we are. Are you going as well? Will we see you there? Louder. How's that? So how is everybody? This stream is to be positive vibes only. Hello Alex. Liam, what's happening? So you're driving back from England, Liam, is that right? I'm on in the car. And are you driving? How's the volume on the music now, Don? All good? What'd you think of that intro tune, by the way? That is a good intro tune. Yes, I've grabbed tickets. Looking forward to saying hello. We'll see you there, mate. We'll see you there. Do you know whereabouts in London it is? I've not even checked the location. So, before we start, guys, this stream is just to be Saturday night vibes, good vibes, laid back. We're good friend Mitch Ray, similar style to his, but it's just good vibes. Me and Don tuned into Mitch Ray 3 years ago, and we would have him on a Saturday night, and it was good vibes. So let's bring some of that Mitch Ray vibes. Liam's driving home from Barnsley. Nice. Who was fighting on that show, Liam? So, any topics, feel free to drop them below in the chat. In fact, I seen one when we were loading up. It was, can we have some MV news, please, or a good rundown on it? I've been buying it for the last couple of days, and also, when is the group coming back? So, MV... we'd done a video on MV last week. I don't know if you've seen that video, Ryan, but you should check that out where we went into detail on some information on it, what it's about, etc. But in terms of what he says, what's been a rundown on it, so it's all in that video. I'll not go over it all again, but we know that there's another big exchange listing coming soon. Don't know what one, but there's a big exchange listing coming soon. A tier 1 exchange listing is coming soon for MV. Another tier 1 because it just got listed on KuCoin as well. So yeah, we've got another exchange listing, but also we got a sneak peek last week, and it's like hatching NFTs where, so the difference with like NFT digital art and NFT like in-game playable or wearables, like those NFTs make sense. The ones that you can actually use make sense. Like for instance, if you were playing Fortnite or whatever and you get a sword and then you can sell that sword or you can use that sword. This is the same style as MV, which is cool. So they're bringing in these new, it's like hatching eggs in their NFT. They're playable characters and the egg hatches and then they grow into a character and then the people can sell them or whatever or use them in the game. So I don't know the full ins and outs. As I says in the YouTube video, I'm not a gamer personally, but it sounded pretty cool. But there's a lot coming for MV, and we'll find out when we find out some information on MV quite early, so we'll be sure to let you know. Dave, hello mate. So a few kids, 2 adults from Enquiries, 2 new European champions. Brilliant. Well done mate, well done. Tech space. Oh, Shoreditch, that's where the last one was. That's good. Shoreditch is nice. Shoreditch is a nice spot. I'm glad it's in Shoreditch again. That was good vibes. Hello, Crypto J. Hello, mate. Dave's saying hatching / breeding tech is cool. It is cool. It's cool. I can see, like, that's what it says in the YouTube video. I don't play these games, but I know if something's like cool or if something's makes sense. Like, I don't need to play games to know that that's cool and that will catch on. You guys still bullish on XRP? Yes, of course. Let's get up some. Of course. In fact, I posted on Twitter the other day. Here we go, as you can see on Twitter, XRP permabull. So, selling the wife, house and kids to go generational long on XRP at 60 cents. So it's either make or break. And as you can see, we're just around 60 cents just now, I'm sure. 60 cents, 60.9. Also, I was thinking earlier on today, so I don't know if you'll have seen any, well, the latest like FUD on XRP, where like basically, well, CoinMarketCap is one of the companies against XRP. They have been since like 2016 or 15. They've been against XRP, and this is a running theme of companies being against XRP. The same with Coinbase as well. They're famous for being against XRP. And I was thinking today, like, if XRP was like so shit and a scam, why are these companies so obsessed with XRP? Why do they go out their way to badmouth it? If it wasn't a threat, why don't they ignore it? Like you don't see them going on about Shiba or any of these meme coins. So why do they keep going on about XRP? And that's what I thought today, because they're scared. They obviously fear something. They've got a agenda against XRP. So this is for Mitch. I'm not a drinker myself, but when Mitch was over from Alabama, I had my first whiskey and it was actually quite nice. So Saturday night live stream, Mitch is just away home. We had my first whiskey was with Mitch, so it feels fitting to have a little shot of whiskey on stream. If that's even legal, I don't even know if that's allowed on YouTube, but hey ho. So Jordan, you guys ever looked into Everrise? Only thing I'm properly invested in, still pretty new to the space. They seem to be providing good security offering for DeFi and got a good feeling about them. We haven't, Jordan, but we can. I'll take a. Are you in the Discord, Jordan? Because we could get a breakdown on that. Jonesy, if you're in the chat, could you take a note of Everrise? Any more info on it, Jordan, and I'll read it out on stream. Dave, when's Crypto Glasgow meets in Somium Space, the sandbox? They're both much better than Decentraland 2 in my opinion. Anyone playing on the metaverses? Oh, when Crypto Glasgow meets in the sandbox, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Have you guys sold any XRP over the last 6 months at any stage to take profits? Not profit taking, no. So, try to think when. I sold some XRP. It was like my first sell was in 2020. I sold some XRP, but since like 2021, I've been holding and buying more. Also, it's like I says this months ago, like when XRP was doing well, it's like it doesn't like do well over a long time and then continue to break up. It goes really dark and depressing so that everybody sells, then it goes up parabolic, like it's always done in history, like just long grueling and then explosion. And it done the same 2014 as well, 2015. I'll open that up on TradingView so you can see it better. So in 2020, I'm sure I sold some. I don't know, maybe it's 60 cents because we were buying at like 17 cents. I think 17 cents was the lowest. So even now, like XRP at 60 cents is still pretty high compared to the prices we've seen XRP since 2018. Like XRP was. We'll hear 29 cents, 22 cents, 19 cents for months. So it's sitting kind of 3x from those lows. What price we buy more? XRP 60 cents, yes. That's the tweet I put out at 60 cents. XRP's been the long game for us since 2017, and like we've lost the, like we detached from any time because years went by. Well, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, like 4.5 years. So we need to wait another 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, but we do think it will definitely be 2022. We said that on Instagram as well, that 2022 is going to be the year. That's the first time I've ever put a time on XRP. Yeah, so XRP chart looks pretty sick when it's zoomed out there. It does. and it's been on a steady incline since 2020. It has been slowly grinding its way up, but we're just looking for this explosion. And I've said this before, so it's all like, it's all emotions. It is all emotions, and you might think that's a bit, I don't know, cliche or cheesy or whatever, that it's emotions, but it's entirely 100% emotions. Like, these assets, and most like assets, like, grind you down with prices, because the big players in crypto and stocks and any market and gold, like, they've got 5, 10, 15, 20 year horizons in their investments, so they don't care to wait 5, 10 years. So in crypto, I've mentioned this before as well, it's like a Wall Street playground, and it's where all the Wall Street investors over the last 20, 30 years play in crypto. Crypto's a playground for these Wall Street guys with big money, so they can wait. They don't care. They can wait because they've got money. It's the retail investors that can't wait, or that struggle to wait because they've got bills to pay, or they're trying to get rich quick. So that's why the big players win in crypto, and a lot of retail investors lose in crypto. And it all comes down to patience, emotions, and that's it. Like, there's no magic formula. It's literally just patience. Liam's saying in the chat there, I remember getting 1,200 XRP for £200, and Don says, off me. So Don paid Liam £200 in XRP for Muay Thai 1-to-1 coaching sessions, and I think from the day after that, XRP has been going up ever since. So Liam's £200 for the Muay Thai 1-to-1s turned into, I don't know, did it 10x at one point or 5x? Turned into like £1,000 for £200. That's quite cool. So, how is the music, by the way? Because I need to use copyright free because we're on YouTube. So, this bad boy. Is there any whiskey fans in the chat? Any whiskey drinkers? And then for the gym goers. But yeah, you're right. Like, when you look at that XRP chart from far out, it looks good. But if you look at it from say the last month, it looks terrible, or the last year, it looks bad. The year to date, it's like just sideways. But when you look at it in its all-time chart, and XRP, remember, is one of the only, probably the only high cap crypto that hasn't hit its previous all-time high or surpassed it. So the likes of, so here's the 2018 peak, right? So here's the 2018 peak on XRP. Then if you have a look at Ethereum, here is the 2018 peak. So not only did we reach it again, but we dwarfed the last peak. So XRP currently is sitting here. If this is the XRP chart, XRP is here, or maybe even a wee bit lower here. So that's a good perspective. And remember, ETH is actually, I've posted this on Twitter as well, like, XRP gets called the banker's coin, but it's like Ethereum is the biggest security banker's coin there is. Like all the SEC gave Ethereum the free pass. Like Ethereum is the government coin. Like Ethereum's a government coin. Ethereum get the free pass. So yep, go for the underdog. Yes, Jamie, Glenn Fiddich. So basically what I was saying there, like XRP is like here. So the 2018 peak, XRP is like here. So it's still got to reach its all-time high, which was $3, and then surpass it. Because literally let's pick another random coin, BNB, all-time. So 2018, there's a peak. Look at the peak on BNB, and then it dwarfs it. Another coin, any coin, pick a coin. Doge, we all know Doge's went. Cardano, so Cardano, all time, 2018 peak. XRP is currently sitting down here from its 2018 peak. It needs to reach its all-time high, then surpass it. And this market is just a rotational market. Like there's nothing special about any of these projects. Like that is another thing you need to take into consideration as well. Like if your favourite project is any of these Tron, Apecoin, Chainlink, none of them are special. Even XRP isn't special. None of them will. Like XRP's got some good traits, like all the partnerships, all the banks. Like obviously it's got good fundamentals. That's why we like it. But what I mean is, like, most of these cryptos are the same, and they're all just a crypto. The crypto market is a playground, a big money playground where investors can flip for 10x or 50x their money, and they rotate it, and they do so by being patient and waiting until that asset skyrockets in value, and then sell it into something that hasn't. It's a rotational market, so like it doesn't matter what coin it is. So these Wall Street players, they don't care that if so Tron is actually under its 2018 all-time high. So these Wall Street big money. So I say Wall Street, I just mean big money. So they don't need to be directly tied to Wall Street. They could be anywhere in the world, but it's just big money. So these big money players don't care. That they're not saying, oh, Cosmos is amazing, I'm going to invest in Cosmos. They just like the look of the chart, and they'll buy it, and they'll wait in it surpassing its all-time high, and then they'll sell it with no emotional attachment. They don't care about the project or what it's doing. They're in it to make money. So that's a kind of harsh reality as well, that like there's a few different types of projects and tokens, and there is different use cases, but majority of all these cryptos are all near enough the same, and it's a rotational market. We have bull runs and we have bear cycles where every coin goes up, regardless if it's Dogecoin, if it's Shiba, if it's the worst coin imaginable. It doesn't matter. The entire market goes up because all the money comes into the entire market. The entire market pumps, the entire market dumps. And every coin doesn't go up at the same time. One will pop off, and then it will dump, and then that one will pop off, and then it will dump. So one pops off, the big money sells, and then they go into a coin that hasn't pumped yet. And then when that, so let's take any of these for an example. Let's see, IOTA. I don't know if that's surpassed its all-time high yet. It hasn't. So, for instance, IOTA. So let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum's a good example. So how the market works is big money buys in bear markets when nobody's interested, nobody cares, all retail is all scared, all retail's all quit, I'm out, crypto's a scam, it's going to zero. That's when all the big players buy. Then when you hit all-time highs, that's when Ethereum was up at nearly $5,000, that's when we had people saying, oh, Ethereum's got to $10,000, I'm going to buy some. And it's like Ethereum's just risen like 3,000% or whatever it was. Like it's done its run. Like they all every crypto has a run. Like every dog has their day. So the big money or smart money or Wall Street, whatever you want to call it, buys in at the lows when it's scary, when nobody's interested, when everybody hates it, when everybody's in despair, depressed. That's when everybody's already sold and the market's zero interest. That's when they're buying, and then the market starts to pump. There's so much excitement, hype, euphoria, and then in this hype and euphoria is when all those smart money investors sell, and then into the next one, go into any other coin imaginable that looks good on the chart, and just move their money. It's like literally a game for the big money investors, and also as well that the big money has ties, has connections in publishing companies, in news companies, in these companies in these media companies. So for instance, the big money company says, oh, Cosmos, right, we're investing in Cosmos. We invest in Cosmos here, we put out a news story while it's up here, we do a news campaign saying Cosmos is the best crypto imaginable, and it's in all these different news outlets, media outlets, Financial Times, it's got all these articles about it, how it's really special and it's the one to watch. So they put all those articles out then so that they can get the liquidity to sell, so that they've got somebody to sell to while the price is up that high. So, yep, that's a really zoomed out, straight up perspective on the entire market as a whole. Like the best advice I would say, just standard advice, not financial advice, is if you're investing in something, try and think that, don't be emotionally attached to it, that this is a really good product, like this is a really good product, like it's going to do well, it's a really good product. And then how do I explain? Basically just see the entire market for what it is. Like it's like a .com boom where every .com company had a boom. Like there was just a boom, and any company to do with the internet was booming. And that's the same as crypto just now. It's like they're all fighting. So some of these big coins will stay around. Like 1% of these cryptos will stay around for the future and they will be successful. So obviously try and pick those ones. But just remember that it's a big playground for these big money investors that don't even care what the project is or what it's doing. It's just somewhere that they can pump and dump basically with their money and their influence via media. So yeah, that's a zoomed out look. So just try not get too emotionally attached, because at the end of the day it will pump whenever they decide it to pump, and that's harsh facts. Like whenever they decide it to pump, it will pump. So regardless, so if your favourite project, Cosmos for instance, is releasing this new software update that's the best thing since sliced bread and it's going to make this the best crypto ever, and the price keeps dumping, that's why. It's because no matter how good the project is, the the prices, majority of these coins, the price is manipulated by bigger players. So if you're a smaller player, then you're at the mercy of these bigger players, and they'll pump it whenever they want to pump it. And if you see a big giant green candle spiking up, that's probably your time to sell, because that's when they'll be selling. Jay's saying, love a Glenfiddich. I've been trying to open it for the past 15 minutes. Who's to say XRP will hit any high this year? Can markets not be different this year due to all the hype? Who's to say? Nobody's to say. That's just an opinion of ours. We feel that 4.5, 5 years is a timescale is fine, but it's also to do with the fact that there is money in the market now to support the move for XRP to those prices now. So if it happened, like, the reason why it's more likely to happen now than a year or 2 years time is that the money is in the market just now to support that move. So it's saying here that the global market cap is 1.73 trillion, but it's actually, I think, 1.8, maybe more than 1.8. Coin market cap isn't the most accurate. So there's money in the market right now to support the move for XRP. So currently there's 1.73 trillion in the market, whilst XRP sits at 60 cents. At its peak, so here's a good indication. So XRP peaked on the 5th of the 1st, so the 1st 2018, and the market cap on that date was probably 700 billion, maybe. Let's see, the 1st of 18 was 800 billion. I think it was 700 billion. So it was 700 billion when XRP was $3.40. So the entire crypto market as a whole was worth $700 billion, and XRP was worth $3.20. Now there's $700 billion and $1 trillion. There's $1.7 trillion in crypto just now. And as I said before, it's a rotational market. So the money just moves from any of these coins, Avalanche, Polkadot, Shiba, DAI. The big players take the money from them and put it into XRP when XRP is pumping, because that's what you do in crypto. You move your crypto. Does anybody know how to open a Glenfiddich? How is the music, by the way? Get a music check. I can switch it up if it's... Do you just twist it? My ice is melting. Just took me that long. Yeah, we can get some hip hop. Music's fine. Right, any Glenfiddich drinkers, how do you open this? It's pretty dark in here. I've got it. There we go. Vibe check. So how is the vibe? Is it all good? So BCUG, yes, still holding BCUG. BCUG is actually similar to MV. It's just a metaverse NFT based game. So all time has had an absolute nightmare. Oh no, in fact that's not all time because it's actually older than that. So BCUG, I'm sure has been around since like 2016. It's been here a long time. So yes, still holding. Like in crypto, so I think we bought BCUG around say a year ago. So if we can make a quick flip in a month, 2 months, 6 months, then that's great. But we never go in with the mindset that we need to make this quick. Like it's always long term. Always long term. Liam's saying I'll be home before you open that. It's open, finally, but my ice is melting. So what's the chat up to tonight anyway? What's the chat saying? Glenfiddich on the rocks. Have you ever been stung off a rug? Touch wood, not yet, no. Not yet. And that's the thing as well, so I better get in trading view up. So that's the thing about like in crypto or a rug, so what can we so in crypto, like we mentioned this before, like the only way that you can lose in crypto is if you sell in a loss or you get rug pulled. So like rug pull is like going to zero, your money is in flames, like your money is at zero and you've lost. So that is one way you can lose in crypto. Or here's an example. So 2018, from its high, Syscoin went down 99%. Right. So here's a good one for anybody that's maybe got into crypto within the past year, or within the past year, 2 years, and here's a good story. So think about this from your shoes. If you've just entered the market now, over the past year, so because it literally repeats every single time. So we get into, so here's Syscoin for instance, right? So Syscoin from 2018 to 2020 went down 99%. So hypothetical here, this is you, so you bought in here and you're down 99%. So why like hodl is so like true and is so popular in crypto, like the term hodl, and people really try to get that point across is, so if you invested £1,000 here, it's dust it's down 99%, it's dust, it's zero essentially. So you can either like sell, which would be, I don't know why anybody would do that, like sell for a dollar or whatever it would be, like £1,000 would be $1. So you could either sell or you can wait, and then from that, so here's down 99%. So down 99% to, because, so I should mention, we were in this boat, so in 2018, we'd bought sis at 20 cents, 80 cents, $1. We'd bought sis high, and low. So we were in this boat, so we got wrecked. We were down 99% as well. Then by holding, we seen 11,000% gains. So from the dust, from the ashes, 11,000% gains. So that's why you can go back and every chart is the same. They just dwarf themselves. If you zoom in further, or if the chart goes back further, it's literally the exact same thing that happens over time. So sis in 2016 probably never went as deep as 99, but just as an example, 77%. So to kind of round it off as a story, like if any of your investments are down a lot, so I actually remember, so during this time, it would have been 2018, me and two of my mates were investing in crypto back then. Don was one of them, and I was saying to them here that I'm buying more sis, and they thought, like, you're crazy, what are you doing? And basically I could get lower my average by, say my average was 30 cents, I could lower my average to 3 cents by buying in. So to me, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer just in risk to reward. Like if it goes to zero, that's fair. But why would I not buy more and get my average down to 3 cents than leave it at 30 cents? So it takes balls, basically. It takes that's the only word I can think of. It takes balls. Like, so and this isn't just Syscoin. Ethereum was down 99%, XRP was down 99%, you name it, it's down 99%, but they don't go to zero. They go down 99% and then they go sideways for a year and then they break out 11,000%. So just don't be the guy that sells here. Don't be the guy that buys here and sells here. Like if you ever catch yourself, I don't know, selling, ask yourself, like, stop yourself and say, what am I actually doing? Why am I doing this here? And then look at whatever chart it is you're on, and then look back in history and it'll be the exact same, because the entire market moves the exact same, every coin. Enjoying a new pineapple diesel vape and vibe checking. Sounds good. Just watch my portfolio drop. Make sure get that whiskey TF, man. Get alive on the tonic. Nah, I'm not a drinker. I'm not even a drinker, never mind a tonic drinker. Tonic is disgusting. Tonic is disgusting. So, if you got into crypto recently and you're worried, basically the only way that you'll lose is if you get rug pulled entirely and the crypto goes to zero, which in crypto is pretty rare. If it's a high enough cap crypto, it's pretty rare. There's 10,000 or 15,000 cryptos now, and they're all still there. And some of them have been here for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So the chances of going directly to zero is slim. The chances of it going down 99% are high. And that goes for Ethereum, Ripple, XRP. That goes for any coin. And again, we've said this from day one, basically, that because we experienced it, we experienced the 99% drops, and then whilst we were experiencing those drops, we were taking like knowledge from people who'd experienced it the cycle prior to us, saying, look, it went down 99%, but it came back and then it broke all-time highs. So we were like, right, it's happened twice before, it surely will happen again, like history repeats. And it did. And then this will happen again, the coins will go down 99% again, and then it will happen again. And it's the reason why they go down 99% is because they go so high. So Ethereum went down 95%. So Ethereum, the number one altcoin, like, doesn't matter how big you are or how good you are, it's gone down 90 odd percent. And the reason it's gone down 99% is because it went up. It went up 14,000%. So if you think, oh, it's gone down 99%, that's a scam. It's like, it's give and take. Like, if you want 14,000% gains, like, remember in stocks you get 3%, 5%, 7%, 50% if you're doing really well. In crypto you're getting 14,000%. Like, if you want 14,000%, you need to be prepared to take 99% losses as well. Like, it's yin and yang. Like, if you want extreme gains, you need to withstand 99% drops, and that is like the golden rule in crypto. Here we go. Cheers to anybody that's having a wee shandy. Cheers. Whew. Jesus. Thoughts on Tezos and the problems they're solving. Fun fact, they had one of the top 3 ICOs in history. It was about 230 million, and they only spent their cash on the protocol and business development. Tezos is decent. I'm sure Tezos was like one of the first cryptos to like do staking on Coinbase like years ago. I'm sure Tezos was one of the first, which is pretty cool because every crypto's doing staking now. Cheers, Jay. So somebody I experienced this, which wasn't that long ago. 95% down, buying Ethereum down here at the bottom. So I experienced that. All I had to do was wait long enough to enjoy $5,000% gains. So from 99% losses to 5,000% gains. Also, as well, here's a tip. So the only way you experience those 5,000% gains is if you buy at the lows, because there's a huge difference, right? So if you bought at the highs, it's only a 240% gain. So from, what was that, 5,000%? from 5,000% to 240%. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. So the only way that you can experience the biggest gains in crypto is if you buy in despair, in the trenches, when everybody's saying it's going to zero. That's the only single way that you'll get 5,000% gains in a high cap crypto, is when you buy the absolute fear. So if you bought in at the top, if you bought in at the top of Ethereum, you would have to have waited 1,106 days until you broke even again. So that's a long time. But the you never lost a penny and you broke even, and then if you hold even longer, you're in profit. You're in 240% profit. So, like, people say, like, crypto is like, I don't know, like betting on a horse. I think this is Don saying, it's like crypto is like betting on a horse, and it's like, no, it's not, because when the horse loses the race, it's over. Your money is gone. But in crypto, your money is never gone until you sell in a loss. So I'd rather have the opportunity to break even and then make profit than lose everything instantly and it never comes back. So has that helped anybody? Has that helped anybody? Because like that's what I learned when I first got in and I seen prices drop. And as soon as I learned that and understood that is what happens, and it's so simple why it happens because there's tens of thousands of percent gains. So it needs to reclaim those gains to reset itself again. As soon as I understood that, it was like everything was a no-brainer for me. Like everything was so easy since that realization. So hopefully if you're new to crypto in the last year or two and you're, I don't know, worried or your portfolio's down, that'll help you. Your money is never gone completely. And also that's why we like investing in like projects like Swissborg, like XRP, like really good fundamental projects, because when the prices are down for a long time and interest is low and people are worried, like Swissborg app will still be running, still be working, they'll still be building, they'll still be innovating, they'll still be growing. So the price of the token is just what the market determines it to be at that time. That doesn't change the actual fundamental company, business, application behind that token. It's just the market moves in synchronization, and regardless of how good the project is or the token is, if the entire market's down, your favorite coin will go down as well, regardless. No coin has ever like broke the correlation and went off on its own, ever. If you did find that helpful, can you like this stream? Be appreciated. Thanks. So AJ says, cheers, great summary about HODL and timing of investment, etc. Especially when markets are down and the temptation is to sell and get to fuck out. Exactly. It's in those times that the most opportunity is, the most profit is. In those times, so it's like this is the number one lesson that anybody like that's investing in crypto or wants to get into crypto should learn, because literally as soon as you understand that crypto moves when it wants, when the big money pumps it, that's when crypto will move. When the big money decides it's going to move, it will move. So if you can understand and grasp that, and understand and grasp that big money has got 5-10 year horizons and they don't care about waiting, like this time here, which we class as like a long time in crypto, was, so the market was like 1,000 days, so it's around 2 years. So 2 years is nothing in like investing terms and traditional finance terms. Like 2 years is zero, but in crypto 2 years, like, wow, it was so long. Like, waited a full 2 years. It's like big money's got 5 year horizons, 10 year horizons. 2 years is zero to them. So when you can grasp that they can drag out the market as long as they wish, like, you're at their mercy, like, and that's it. Like, there's nothing you can do. You're at their mercy. You're at the big money's mercy. Maybe other people will say different. I don't know what other reason they could use, to be fair. There's no other reason. Because as we've seen, like, the past year, like, the people are still buying Bitcoin, nobody's selling Bitcoin, and the prices go down. Like, so it literally doesn't matter. They pump it when they want to pump it. And we just need to ride the waves that they create. Hope that helps. We'll move on to something else. Wheezy is saying, do you ever feel like people around you don't give a toss about crypto and you try to convince them every day they're going to miss out? So, see, to be honest, not really. Like, so when I first got into crypto, I never really told many people, to be fair. Like, a few close friends, and Cambro, if any of you know Cambro, like, I messaged him because we would speak about investing. So I told like a handful of people about crypto, to be fair, because the reason why is that it's quite hard to explain and for somebody to grasp when you tell them in a conversation. Like, that's a hard sell. Like, because even with me, when I first got into crypto, like, it took me over a year before I bought any Bitcoin. I was like not against Bitcoin, but I never wanted to invest in Bitcoin because I was like, that can't work. It's like it's decentralized. It's like no government control it. I was like, the governments won't allow that. Like, I'll invest in these other cryptos like XRP and these other projects, but I'm not touching Bitcoin. Then obviously the more I learned, it took me a year to learn that the power of Bitcoin, that's the whole point, that's what makes it so valuable, is that no government can touch it, no government can say a word about it. Like, that's where its value is. And it took me, and I was into investing, I was into crypto at that time, and it took me like a year to finally get round and truly understand it. So me trying to explain to somebody like who's been through school or university and they're really kind of government minded and government programmed, like 95 programmed, trying to tell them about a decentralized currency, digital currency, is like in one ear out the other. It's like a total waste of time. So that's probably why I never done it, because I'd just be wasting my time. Like, there's not many people I've told since then that I've told them in a conversation and they've got it straight away. In fact, I was in a sauna 6 months ago, and I was speaking to this guy, and he was speaking about money printing, and he really understood money printing and how bad money printing was. And when I realised he understood that, then I says to him about crypto, and I says, look mate, you should really look into Bitcoin, because I knew he understood money. Like, majority of people don't know or understand or realise that that money is like fiat currency is fake in like the way they print it, and not many people, like 95% of people don't understand that. Like they're just living in a bubble and using the currency, and like it's just normality to them. So when this guy says like, oh, they're printing this money, like when he understood that, I was like, right, this guy gets it. So I'll tell him about crypto, tell him to look into Bitcoin, because he already knows the problem. Here's the solution. So I told that guy, but again, I don't speak to really many people about crypto, because it's a long conversation. The majority of people are already programmed into government currencies, and if you tell them about Bitcoin or whatever, they think you're a conspiracy theorist, or I don't know, whatever, a hacker or something. So yep. Cheers to the guy in the sauna. The guy was about 60 odds and he got it. It was cool. When you just know when somebody gets it. If I speak to somebody who gets it, who gets life, who knows the world that we're living in, how corrupt and controlled and how fake everything is, how fake the money system is, how fake universities are. If somebody gets that, then I tell them about crypto, because they're open-minded enough to understand it. But to tell just a normal person about it, it's like you're as well telling a wall, because they don't want to listen. Cheers. Can we get a vibe check on the music? That does totally help, Dick. I bought OCC at 4, now it's at 80, and I'm still wrestling with buying more to bring down the average. Like, so that is like, if you just go by like math and percentage terms and historical data and laws of averages, like you're better averaging down. Like, so let's say Ethereum here. So let's say your average was, so your average on Ethereum is $1,400. So when Ethereum's down here at like $100, you can slash your average. So if you bought one Ethereum at $1,400, down here you can buy one Ethereum for $80. So you're slashing your average. I don't know the quick maths on that, but I would say, guessing, that would take your average from 1,400 if you bought one Ethereum here and then you bought one Ethereum here. So your average is 1,400 per Ethereum. If you bought another one here, I would say roughly your average will go down to like, I don't know, somebody might be able to tell me the math, say $200 or say $400. So let's for instance use this example, Jay. So your average was $1,400. So if you decide to not average back in, the percentage gain you need to break even, you need 2,000% gains to break even, and that's probably about the same in your example that you're saying with OCC. So if this is you here and your average is 1,400 and you don't average in, your average stays at 1,400 and you now need a 2,000% gain to break even. Before you've even broke even, you need 2,000%. But if you spend $80, you can get your average to $400. And all you need to break even now is, I'm saying all you need is 390%. 390%. So 390% is much more doable than 2000%. So for the sake of $80, you can slash your average buy-in, which slashes the amount of gains needed to break even and then to break into profit. So I've always been really big on averaging down, and it hasn't happened yet, but if I average down on a project and it goes to zero or rug pulls or whatever, then it is what it, like, it's a risk I'm willing to take for, because at the end of the day, if I've bought it at $1,400 and I'm only buying it for $200 or $100, the risk is, like, it's basically no risk, and much higher reward. So I would always average down. Like, that was my strategy. Like 2018, 2019, I would see what was down the most. So if I had a project that was down 95%, I'd be like, right, I'm buying more of that to get my average down. Like, that was my entire strategy in like 2018, 2019. Like, whatever's, like, it doesn't matter, like, because say I had 10 cryptos, I'd chosen them for a reason. So all I would do is check whatever's down the most and then average that. That's where I was putting my money that month, to get the average down. That was my literal strategy. Or if something dumped like crazy, I would buy that, because my projects are picked anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, buy whatever one's cheapest, whatever one's down the most. So I hope that helps. Can we get a vibe check on the music? How is the music? Micho says $750 would be the average if you bought it $1,400 and then bought it $80. There's another question there. When do you take profit? We'll get into that in a wee sec. Vibe check on the music, anybody? Nice, thank you, Don. Thank you, Don. So, yeah, so the next one is, when do you take profit? Whew. The whiskey is strong. So what was the question? So when do you take profit? So there's two like answers to this. So one way is setting targets in advance and sticking to those targets. There's posts on this in Discord, like profit taking posts, which help with this. So for instance, like one of the ones that I usually say is, if you've got a clear goal in your mind, where it's like paying for a deposit for a new house or to pay for a wedding or whatever it is, you know you need X amount, and basically whenever you hit that amount, you sell, and you sell when you take the win, regardless of how high the price goes. You sell. So you buy Ethereum at $400 and you say, I'm selling at $1,000. So it hits $1,000, you just sell. Because in crypto we're spoiled with 5,000% gains. We're really spoiled. Like, no other market happens like that. As I said before, the reason why we're spoiled with those gains is because we get 99% drawdowns as well. So if you buy Ethereum at $400, you've got your money for the deposit for your house at $1,000. Just take it, sell it, like, take the win. Because another thing in crypto, like, nothing's guaranteed. Like, after it hits $1,000, it could reverse and go down 99% for the next 3 years. There's zero guarantees. So if you ever hit the amount that you set out to take it. Like, I mentioned that in the last YouTube video I done. Like, just take profits. Like, you need to take profits, because crypto is like the way it is. It's like you're showered with these, you're spoiled with the potential profits. So if you just keep holding on for a bit more, you end up losing. So set out a clear plan ahead. I want to withdraw £10,000, and that's my deposit for my house. When you hit your goal, take it out, regardless of what's happening in the market, regardless of what's happening in the news. Because remember, when the prices are high, like, so when XRP breaks out and when it's up at $1, $2, $3, the news stories for XRP will be extremely bullish. Like, XRP is the next reserve currency. Russia's adopting it as their legal tender. Like, the news stories are just the best possible, and that goes back to what I said earlier, that these big players have got, they own media companies, they own publishing companies, and they then start to publish these stories, these fake stories, these articles by source, these things to say Russia's making XRP legal tender, so that the average Joe sees XRP go from 60 cents to $3. Then, so it's already been up thousands of percent. Then they see, Russia's going to make that the legal tender, I better buy that. Like, it's going to keep going up to $50, $100. But it's not. That's just, they publish those stories then so that guy does buy in, so that they can sell. So you need to be willing to sell into positive news. Like, that's a thing as well. You need to sell into positive news. So, because it was like, I'm sure it was like Dogecoin, like the big positive news, like the day it got listed on Coinbase or whatever, was its top. Like, the good news is tops. If there's ever a good news story, that's a top signal. Because it gives, like, the big holders, it gives them liquidity to leave. Cheers. Whew. So the first way to know when to take profits would be set a clear goal that's a clear, like, tangible, reachable goal. And I says in my last video, and I've said many times before, that like 10x is really common in crypto. Like, to see, like, in traditional investing, like 10x, like 1,000% is like that's a bit out there. Like 10x, looking for 1,000% gains is like wishful thinking. But in crypto, it's different. In crypto, that is conservative to say the least, because in crypto, as we've just seen there, it's 5% gains, 20,000% gains. So if you can set a conservative target, let's say, it sounds crazy saying it, a conservative target of 1,000%, but I've just shown you 5,000% and 20,000%, so 1,000 is conservative in crypto. So if you can set yourself that 1,000% target, 10x target, which happens constantly in crypto, then when it hits that 1,000%, take your profits and run and enjoy the profits and look for the next opportunity. So a way of showing, so that's one way, which is set a clear target and stick to your word. Write it down, write to yourself and say, I must do this at this price. I've done that as well with, I think it was like Syscoin, so that I'm speaking to myself, because when the price is up 10x and it's up 1,000% and all the news stories are positive, it changes your emotions and you're like, oh, right, I'm going to wait until it gets up 2,000%, then I'll sell, and then you miss it. Or then it could reverse and go down 99% and you've missed your opportunity. So if it's ever on the table, like if it's ever on the table, take it, because it's like a giant casino. Like, it gives out all these gains, but it takes them all back. It takes every one of them back. No coin will ever go up and stay up ever in crypto, and that's a fact. It takes the gains back. So if the crypto dealer in the casino gave you that 1,000% gains, say thank you and walk away and take it. So that's option one. Option two, which is also a very easy option, and I love this one. I seen it. There's a guy, is it Louis Thomas, I think he's called, or Louis. He's a Welsh guy. I watched him years ago and he was good. He had a really good mindset in crypto. So he said this thing years ago, that he sells, if something goes parabolic, he sells it. And when he said that, it was like 2018. Since he said that, it stuck in my mind, and I would check every time I seen it on a chart, and every time something goes parabolic, it crashes after it. So if something what parabolic is when it goes almost vertical, which is here. So that is parabolic. So his way of thinking, his technique to taking profits in crypto was, if something went parabolic, take profits on it, like regardless of any news, any fundamentals. It doesn't matter, like I said earlier, like it doesn't matter how good a project is or the fundamentals or news. It doesn't matter. The price is doing what the price is going to do, and nothing can change that. So for instance, if you invested in Ethereum, you had 700% gain. Say you cashed out at, so you bought Ethereum at $300, it then went to $3,000. So you've got 800% gains. So I said this in the last YouTube video, which is the top 5 ways to stay poor when investing in crypto. So if you sell out there, and then you sell out at 800% profits at $3,000, and then it keeps going up. Like, you've only missed, like, that's not a lot that you've missed. Like, you can't lose because you've gained 800%. So regardless of how much further it goes up, you've already gained 800%. So it's like, it's win-win. Like, you can't, if you've got 800% on the table, you need to take it. You need to take it. So for instance, there's 800%, right? Or you could hold on for an extra 40% to the top. So if you see something going in a straight line up, it's time to sell. It's always time to sell in a straight line up. So that was Ethereum, which happened in this bull run and happened in 2018. Straight line up, ends in a straight line back down again. So if any crypto you hold, any of your favourite coins ever goes in a straight line up, sell it. Sell it. Because as soon as XRP goes in a straight line up, I'm selling it. That's how it goes. Like, you need to be on the opposite end. Like, most people will buy in when they see a straight line up because there's hype and excitement. That's when you need to sell. You need to be playing the total opposite. Jordan says, what's the easiest way of tracking your DCA manually or in an Excel document? So you can use CoinStats. We use CoinStats, which is a portfolio tracking app, and it has an API in it where you can link your Binance to it, you can link your Coinbase, whatever it is. You can't link Swissbog. You need to do Swissbog manually. But you can link all the other exchanges, Uniswap, like you can link your MetaMask to it. So yep. Oh, vibe check. Another vibe check. I'm going to grab a light. Is there anything else that we want to cover on tonight's stream? Is that better? Some light in here. So yeah, CoinStats is your best option, which is a portfolio tracking app, and you can sign in via any exchanges that you use. Yep. But anything else that we want to cover on tonight's stream? No worries, Jordan. So what's the chat up to? What's the live chat up to? What's been happening? Saturday night, anything fun? Any fun plans? No, so I don't know much about the addition to Swissborg Banker. So say you see your held coin going a straight line up, what are the telltale signs that it's dropping soon if you haven't reached your desired goal first? So this is on the weekly chart. So like it's the telltale signs are like look at it on a weekly chart, and it's like it's clear as day. Like look at these peaks, like they're in a straight line. So here's your breakout, and then up in a straight line. So you could start like laddering your way up whilst it's going parabolic. So if you could start taking profits here, but obviously after a breakout, it's when it's setting for new all-time highs like Ethereum did, like Bitcoin did, they have usually got a bit to go. So that's why you can average your way out, which would be sell on the way up. Like they'll just sell 100% straight away. You could sell 25% on its way up, because they surpassed the previous all-time highs by like they don't just surpass the previous all-time highs by 30%, it's like by thousands of percent. So here's like a breakout into the 2016. It's the Ethereum bull run was insane in 2018. Like 16,000%. So even if you sold like early, if you said early, like it's still 7,000% gains, 11,000% gains. Like that's what I mean. You can't be like, crypto spoils you with these gains. Like you can't be, if it keeps going up and you miss the rest of it, like you've already had 4,000% gains. So even if you sold really early, like down here, you still had 2,000% gains. So it would obviously be a sore one to see it continue to go up, but where are you getting 2,000% gains anywhere? Martin says, just signed up to the Discord Premium Plus last night, so excited to learn more. Nice one, Martin. The Premium Plus is great. I've not been trading much recently, but I was trading from Premium Plus it was probably a few weeks ago, and it was good. It's really good. But yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, actually Premium Plus is, we have a Discord which is a premium Discord, which is more for investing, so similar style to this is just investment style stuff. But Premium Plus is investing and trading, so there's like trading how-to videos, trading breakdowns, trading live streams, trading indicators. So there's a lot to learn. If you want to learn about trading, the Premium Plus Discord is really good. Here was one thing I wanted to cover, which is probably controversial because I'm the only one that's speaking of it in this way. So the project, I don't know if you've seen it, Steppin'. So right, here we go, Steppin'. So, Steppin is a Web3 lifestyle app with a social-fi and gamify elements. Players can make handsome earnings by walking, jogging or running outdoors. I don't know, I just think this is I just feel like this is a gimmick, that like a 2017 style gimmick that is, I don't know, like if I had invested in this coin, Steppin coin, like I'd be selling it. I wouldn't be buying here anyway, this coin. It's extremely high in market cap. It's so new. It's like, when did that even come out? Like this year? Like months ago? Was that March? So this coin came out in March and it's already ranked 45 in coin market cap. Like, I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole, this coin. I feel that it's a gimmick. It's a cheesy gimmick that you can get paid to walk. Like, I think it's cheesy. I think it's, I don't know. This could be one of those ones that it turns into the biggest project ever and I'm totally wrong. But I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole. I don't actually know how you can generate money. Find a sneaker from the in-app marketplace. Equip your sneaker, move outdoors, burn energy and earn handsome rewards. I don't know, it could work, but that is something that I would avoid like the plague. I wouldn't touch that. Personally, just personal. What happened to what price do you think BTC can go to? So long term, like the sky's the limit. Like because fiat currency is unlimited, then Bitcoin's potential is unlimited. So there's no like unlimited, like a million. Bitcoin will hit $1 million in the future. But for this market cycle, don't know if it could go any higher than like 69k. It's high. I don't think it will set another high. I think it will like retrace, do its full retracement, and then go into a prolonged bear market. But so maybe like, I don't know, 58k, 60k, somewhere around here, just to really get people excited again, get people buying again, excitement in the market. We're going to break to new all-time highs and then it's over. So it's like that, and then everybody's getting excited here. Everybody's getting excited. We're going to new all-time highs, and then that's it. It's over. That's my opinion, but yeah, I think we could see 60k again. The market will be really excited here, like really excited, because everybody thinks that we're going to 100. So when the market's trending up this way, that's when the 100k predictions, 200k predictions, they're all coming out. So the market will be very excited then, and because markets, like tops end in excitement, tops end in euphoria, because people feel that the only way is up. And in this moment, that's what the sentiment will be. We're going to new all-time highs, and the market will be really excited and really bullish at that time. So that's when I think that the market will eventually turn over, which it'll be when the stock market turns over. Again, crypto is just correlated to the stock market, so it's at the mercy of the stock market as well, the money printer. So Shiv says in one of the previous lives it was mentioned about the indicators of when tops are near. I think you were going to send the info on Discord about this, not sure if it's posted yet. I think it was on one of Asim's lives. I'll say to Asim about that and get that posted in. I think it was don't know, it was some on-chain data. I think it was from, I'm not sure. I'll say to Asim though, and we'll get that posted in. I remember that live though. Is BTC and ETH excitement good or bad for alts? It's good. It's really good. Because that's when. So when excitement comes back in and Bitcoin is up in these levels, that's when people aren't going to want to buy Bitcoin at $60,000. They're going to want to, right, Bitcoin's bullish, Bitcoin's going to 200k, so I'm going to buy a cheap version of Bitcoin because Bitcoin's already too high. So that is what we want. And it's basically, we're in the same, in fact it's actually went longer now, so we're in the same. So here is the top in March 2021. We then came down and we sat in this range for like 70 days. It felt like much longer than 70 days. We sat in that range for 70 days. We've now been in this range for 112 days, so longer in this range. So, and as we've seen, the last range broke up, set a new all-time high, and our opinion is that it will break up again, but it won't set a new all-time high. Then it will fold over. Because it's like the market needs to like scare out the investors. It needs to reel them in and then scare them out. So it doesn't really make sense for it to. In fact, where is it? There was a time before. When here. So in 2019, this was, if anybody's been in crypto for a while, they'll remember this time. So this was like the end of the world, this moment in history. So, and people will probably start comparing the time we're in now to this, because it is starting to look similar on the chart. So Bitcoin, after it, like during its bear market, it was going sideways for like a year, just under a year of like poker sideways, like no movement at all, between $6,000, $7,000 like straight. And obviously everybody was expecting it to break up, and it broke down, at, I'm sure it was 50%. 50%. That was like end of the world, because Bitcoin had been down for so long and then sideways for so long. For it to break down the way, it just like caught everybody out. And then during this time, so emotions are so low and interest is low, and people are feeling bad about their investments. So to wait that all that time, and then for it to break down another 50% after that was like, that is like, it's capitulation. That's like a capitulation candle, and people just capitulated. Like, it'd been going down and sideways for so long, for it to then break down another 50% after that. And well, that again, as I says earlier, it's those times, it's those depressing, capitulating, scary times that's the best buying opportunities in history. So here was the scariest, worst time in history in the crypto market. Like the sentiment of the crypto community was absolute all-time low. It was like the world was ending. It's like Bitcoin, like crypto's finished forever. Like that was the sentiment was so bad then. But when we zoom out, as we always say, look at what happened. Look at what happened after that. So what was at one time the scariest, worst time ever in history turned out to be a generational buy. So again, that's something to, it's all about perspective. Like, if you can zoom out in crypto, like it's easy. It's easy. Is there anybody in the chat that experienced this 50% drop in 2018? Let me know. I wonder if I'll be able to find WhatsApp messages to Dawn during that time and to see what we're saying. Because I don't imagine we would have been saying very good things. Did you keep buying in then? Not on that day. That day was like rough. I think Asim's just joined the chat. He would have experienced this day. Like it was rough. It was like the world's ending. Like it was the same with the C19 crash in 2020. Like it was like the world was ending. When Bitcoin dropped, like, so here's the C19 crash. It dropped 65%, and everybody felt again. This was the world is ending. Like Bitcoin, it's over. Like. And then what happened? These two super scary, terrible times in history. And then look what happened. Like if you were worrying in here, like the worrying was pointless. It was pointless because it's like the tiny dots on the chart now. So always just try and have that in mind, that it's like, however it feels at the time, if you're dealing with long-term time frames, like, it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I think I bought XRP then though, in 2019 on that crash. So it's like Bitcoin topped at $20,000, came all the way down. Down 70% from its top. So if you bought Bitcoin at the top, you're down 70%. It's been going sideways for months, and then another 50% gets wiped off. It's like, it's just testing our emotions. It's all about emotions and testing your emotions, like testing your patience, like, because your patience is already, after it's down 70% and then just going sideways whilst you're 70% down, that is testing your emotions to the max for it to then fall another 50%. Like, it's that's what it's just it's an emotional game. If you can't like handle your emotions, like, you can't be in the crypto market, because the crypto market will destroy you. It will destroy you, like, big time. Nathan says, whether you reckon Bitcoin will drop to after the bull market. So I think like maybe 20k again, or maybe even below 20k. And then again, when it's down low, almost 20k, it'll be like the sky is falling, like Bitcoin's over, it's going to zero, and then that will turn out to be the generational buy. Like the cycle repeats, and it just dwarfs its previous cycle. So here's a good way to look at it. So this chart just looks flat here, right? So look what happens though. So this is completely flat, but then if we zoom in, it's the exact same. 2014 down 90% in 2014, goes sideways, and then breaks out into new all-time highs. It's like, it's always the same. And then if you zoom in again, like 2012, it'll be the same there. Look, here's another peak. But when you zoom out on the chart, they disappear. That's why the saying is so strong. If in doubt, zoom out. Like, we've said that on the page from day one. If in doubt, zoom out. If you're ever feeling bad or down or whatever, zoom out. Any requests? Anybody? Also, if anybody's new here, welcome first of all, but subscribe, hit the subscribe button, would be appreciated. And also if you could hit the like button as well. YouTube is very, well, same as every platform, it's really algorithm based, so if we can pump up the algorithm, that would be appreciated. So any requests? How long has this stream been? Will we call it a day soon, or how's everybody getting on? So like Bitcoin on a short-term time frame is like, oh, it's in a downtrend. But if you zoom out, like, if you zoom out, we're in an uptrend. So we could still come down even lower and still be still be bullish. We could hit 36k and still be bullish. Still bullish this year on Baidu, yes. So that's, we could get into that. That's another question we get asked as well, is like still bullish, and it ties into like what I was saying at the start of the stream, where coins pump at the mercy of big money and when they decide it'll pump. So it's like you're at the mercy of the big money. Unless you've got tens of millions or billions, which these big money players have got, then you're at their mercy, you're at the big money's mercy. So opinion on ApeCoin, never heard of it until it had a mad pump it had this week. So I think ApeCoin is the, I don't know, the coin of the bored ape, maybe. But I think that's quite high in market cap as well, and it's like brand new. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So again, that's another coin it's been out 2 months and it's 23 in market cap. Still accumulating CHSB, yes. CHSB is like, that's probably like my number one coin. Like, I'm a big XRP fan, of course. Big Bitcoin fan, of course. But CHSB, like, I'm a big user of the app. Like, I love the app. I love the company. And it just makes sense. Like, there's no other project like CHSB that I've got that much utility. There's so much utility with CHSB. Like, the app's growing, the user base is growing. Like, that's my number one coin. So still accumulating it. CHSB, yes. It's like any crypto project that I've bought is because I see a future in it, or a potential future in it, for like these, like, I've invested in a lot of like gaming coins that's all very like speculative and potentials. Like, I would say that CHSB isn't speculative whatsoever. I wouldn't say it was speculative at all. It's like, to me, CHSB is like Amazon stock. It's like, people are always going to use Amazon. Like, the price of Amazon, the stock of Amazon might crash, might drop 50%, but long term, Amazon isn't going anywhere. The amount of people that use Amazon is only going up. The money that Amazon will be making is only going up. The money printer's only going up. So short term, anything can crash. Look at Netflix. Like, Netflix isn't going anywhere, and it crashed 70%. So Netflix is even a buy. I would buy Netflix if I was buying stocks right now. I'd buy Netflix because, like, it's not going anywhere. Like, it'll get bad publicity the same way Tesla did, so that people sell the stock, but it's not going anywhere. So yeah, I see CHSB like Amazon, and I think that's the best way to be when picking investments. Like, pick because that's the future you envision, rather than, like, I don't know, rather than buying because something pumped. And yeah, Bitcoin is still in a steady uptrend since June 2021. So almost a year. So Bitcoin feels like it's been going down for ages, but technically it's been in an uptrend for the past year. First time on the live since I got the premium. Great seeing you work around the charts, make things a lot easier to grasp. Thanks mate, that's good to hear. And it's true, like, and that's the thing as well, like, everything is charts, which is crazy. Like, of course fundamentals do matter, of course, like the fundamentals of Amazon, the fundamentals of CHSB, Bitcoin, they do matter, but price is always like controlled by the charts, and the charts is controlled by people's emotions and traders. It's like the charts are the most important thing. It's like the charts, there's a saying, what is it, like, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. It's like the charts tell you everything. It's like, if you were to either focus on news or charts, you should pick charts, because the charts tell you everything you need to know. Getting married in a few months and cutting the outgoings once it's out of the way, definitely signing up to the premium Discord seems a no-brainer. It's good, mate. Good to... we'll see you in there very soon. You think Naka gets to its previous all-time high this bull run? Yeah, again, so Naka is one of those speculative gaming coins, if that's the right one. Still to learn the charts, etc., but always zoom out. Advice really resonates. Definitely. Asim saying there, the fact that charting works blows my mind. I know, but it's like when we were speaking to Mitch, it was like the way he was explaining it made so much sense. Like, it's math, and it's like how was he explaining it? It's like, it's universe stuff. It's like math. It's like Fibonacci sequence. It's all like, math is the language of the universe, and like charts is math. So it's like, it makes sense why they work, because it's universal language. Like, math is universal language. So when I first got into crypto and even investing, like, well, I was into investing like from I was 15-year-old. I was interested in investing, but when I get into cryptos, when I get more into the chart side, and for like years I thought charts were garbage. Like, when I seen people try to read charts, I was like, that's garbage. But over time, it's like, no, that it actually works. It's actually really, it's real. It's like real. And the longer you spend looking at charts and you see these patterns replay, and the more it makes sense. So again, it was crazy for me at the start. I was like, that's garbage. Like, it's just guessing. But it's not. It's math. It's the percentages, the averages. Like, it's all math. Math is embedded in nature. Exactly. The math doesn't lie. Oh, Asim, while we were in the chat, do you remember this crash in 2019, which was like hell on earth? Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, exactly. In fact, let's see if we can get so what date was that? 19th of November 2018. Let's see if we can get a news story from this date to see what it was like. So Bitcoin faces deeper dive. So again, that's something you see at bottoms. They say it's going to go deeper. but it went back up the way. At bottoms they usually say it's going to go lower, and at tops they say it's going to go higher. So let's get some news on it. Right, I don't know how you could get news from that date, but it would have been good to see that as well. Asim says he does remember that time in 2019. I deleted my Coinbase app, removed price from my head for months after that. It was dark, like. But again, see if you enter crypto open-minded, that you know that it's going to go down 99% at some point. Like, you can't avoid it. It's like, I don't know. It's like death. It's like, it's unavoidable. It is going to happen, and we've said this for day one since like we started the page in, what was it, like here? We started the page here, and from here we've been saying it will go down 99%. Like that was what we were telling people. So people were wanting to buy into crypto here, and we were saying, look, like, we believe in crypto, we believe it's going to like 50k, 100k, $1 million, but in between then it will crash 99%. Like, you need to understand that. You need to understand that and grasp that. So if you can enter the market knowing that, then like you can't lose. As Asim says, just delete your app. If you get really that emotionally drained with it, which does happen. In 2019 that was horrific. In March 2020 that was bad, that was horrific as well. But you just need to get through those hard times, and you'll be rewarded. Like, patience is rewarded, like it's rewarded. As I'm saying, I welcome dumps now. I know that's another thing, but it takes time and experience to eventually get to the stage where you're unfazed by it. Oh. Is there any downside to buying or selling using Xcoin GBP as opposed to Xcoin USDT? What even is Xcoin? And where is this you're trading it? And it will just be whatever the best rate is. Like, I would just go whatever the best rate is. I don't really know what you mean by that, mate. If you could go into a bit more detail on that. Right, so what's the plans then? Are we keeping this stream going, or are we calling it a day, calling it a night? And how's the music? Is it still decent? Because I'm in silence here. Oh, an example. You can hear the music, but I'm in silence. I wish I was hearing the music, but I need to work something out with that so that I can hear the music. So no, there's no difference. So if you're on Swissborg, for instance, and you can exchange from GBP to Bitcoin, just go direct from GBP to Bitcoin. But sometimes if you're buying off other exchanges, like GBP isn't a pair on most exchanges, so you will need to exchange into USDC, then do an exchange. So there'll be like 2 charges on that. But that's the good thing about Swissborg, it's like you can buy directly from GBP. if you haven't got Swissblog app, I would recommend it, and if you use our link in the bio, use a link in the description, sorry, there is a bonus with that as well, up to €100 bonus. Nano Ledger X for a ledger or something else. Any ledger, like I've got the S, which is the kind of older one. So here's the ledger here. So for anybody that doesn't know, ledger is a hardware wallet where your private keys are stored. But any do the job, like any ledger do the job. Here they are here, so Ledger Nano X. There's a new one, Nano S Plus. So they do the exact same thing. Like the Ledger Nano S that I've got, you plug in via a wire. The Ledger Nano X is by Bluetooth. But they're the same. They're the same. So whatever one you feel. This one's cheaper. You could go with that. But they both do the same job. This one's a wire. This one's Bluetooth. But a ledger is good for like a long-term hold. Like if you bought one Bitcoin, put it on a ledger and put it in a safe and forget about it for 5 years. Like that's what a ledger should be used for, like long-term storage or just storage in general if you want to be super safe. But I keep my crypto on different like platforms for generating yield and stuff, like on Swissblog for instance, earning yield on my crypto, and then obviously long-term holds on the ledger. Some of the charts don't show as much info, they don't go back as far for some reason. Yeah, that's a thing you get. But there's if you go on to, I think is it CoinTrader Pro, there's other websites that you can go on that go further back than TradingView sometimes, because Bitcoin is going back to, Bitcoin's going back to 2012. But yeah, some charts don't go back as far as they have been. But what we're saying about Bitcoin, like we've still got lower to go and still be bullish. Say like here, break low, reclaim it, and then off to the races. What we're saying, because it would be too easy just to bounce here and then go up. Like everybody would be expecting that. So we would need to like break below it. Everybody thinks the sky's falling. Everybody says, oh, the trend's broken, it's over. But then comes back up and off. That's what I'm calling for anyway. So be expecting to see like 36. Like 36 is not off the cards. And lower, 35. We could even go as low as, like, the lows down here are 28k, which that's too low. I'd much prefer it bounced from here and continued its uptrend that it's been in since June 2021. It's almost a year uptrend, but it doesn't feel like that, but when you look at it zoomed out in a chart, that's what it is. Or if you zoom out even further on the chart, we've been in an uptrend since March 2020. Right, so will we call it a day on the stream? And we'll maybe make this a Saturday night thing, a resident Saturday night thing maybe. Right, so we'll round it up there. Thanks everybody for joining. Spending your Saturday night here. Hopefully bring some good vibes, some zoomed out perspective, good vibes that like have longer term, have more zoomed out perspective and see where we are. We've been in an uptrend since June 2021, technically. So yeah. I mean, you could say that we've been in a solid downtrend since November 2021, which is true as well, but we've been in an uptrend since June 2021. Almost a year's uptrend. Slow, grueling uptrend. Do you think the bear market will last as long? Yes, it will, because as we see just now, like the market isn't even down far just now, and people are losing interest. So when the prices go down even lower, like the interest goes to zero. So that's why the bear markets can last long, because interest is so low, and it's during those times of low interest that the whales are accumulating, the big money is accumulating in these boring times, because the whales know, they've seen it a million times before, that the hype leaves the market, retail investors leave the market, we're going to buy it all up, then we're going to turn on the market machine and pump the thing, and then take all our profits, and then do the same again, sell everything, let all the retail investors sell and losses and run away for the market, then we'll buy it all again. It's like it's rich and poor. Like the whole world is always just rich and poor, and that's how it works. So you need to think like the big money does. You can't think like naturally. You can't think with your like natural emotions, because if you thought naturally, you would get wrecked, as Mitch would say. So think like the big money. And yeah, right, call it a day at that. Thanks everybody for joining. There's links down below that you can check out. Website, Swissborg, Bybit, Discord, you name it. We shall see you. When will the next time we'll see you? Don will see you on Monday for another live stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We've got some more videos coming soon, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.